Hey guys, welcome back. If you are new to my channel, my name is Julie and I post videos on affordable beauty. I know it has been a minute since I have posted a video, and like I told you guys in my last chatty get ready with me, it's gonna take me a while to figure out my new posting schedule for you guys. I did start a new job and I'm just trying to get into the swing of things, figure out like what days are best for me to film and all of that. So I'm starting to get a little bit more into a rhythm, so hopefully I can have at least one video posted a week for now, but we'll see. If there are some weeks where you don't see a video from me, do not fear. I will be coming back. Like, I'm not just gonna up and leave YouTube like I did before. If something was to happen and I was to take a long extended break, I would definitely tell you guys before just leaving. But anyway, so I thought today I would do a get ready with me, sharing what makeup look I have been wearing to work, like my current everyday makeup look. So that's what we're gonna do. And I've been testing out some new sunscreens. I think I mentioned this in the last video, but my beloved Biore, I always get tongue-tied every time I go to say the name of this, but the Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence. This is the one that's made in Japan, and I get it off of Amazon. This is being, like, I guess, discontinued off of Amazon. I don't know if, I'm not sure the reason why, but this has been my go-to sunscreen for the past probably 6 years, maybe longer. So I've been trying to find some different ones to use in replace of that. So I've been using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, which I used this in the last chatty get ready with me. And I do really like this one. It is comparable to this sunscreen. It is a little bit different. This is a chemical sunscreen. This is a mineral sunscreen. But I do find that this blends in pretty well. It doesn't absorb into the skin quite as much as this one does, but it's still a really nice sunscreen. It doesn't feel super heavy or greasy. And then I've also been testing out the e.l.f. Suntouchable Whoa Glow and the Suntouchable Invisible Sunscreen. So these are both sunscreen plus primers, and this one is more of a mattifying primer, and the other one is a luminous primer. I don't know if you can hear that, but like the air conditioning system just pumped on, or just clicked on, it's like the pump to get any moisture or the condensation or whatever. But anyway, I feel like there's so many noises going on right now because the time that I'm filming this is at the end of the day. Like, I got off of work and I'm filming now, so it's 5:40 p.m. So I feel like there's like a lot of cars, people getting home from work. So I feel like this video might be a little all over the place just because I haven't filmed in a hot minute. But I have been enjoying these. And then, I also recently purchased the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. This is with sunscreen, SPF 30. And I haven't really used this one yet. So once I use this one a little bit more, I'll let you guys know what I think. But I do really recommend like these two and the Hydro Boost. This one's really moisturizing, the Hydro Boost. The Whoa Glow just adds a nice luminous glow, kind of like their Halo Glow liquid filter. It's kind of similar like that product. It's not quite as glowy as the Halo Glow, but I like that that one has sunscreen. And then this is a really good just mattifying one. So I think today, let's use the Suntouchable Whoa Glow, just because I haven't used this yet in a video. And I've only used this like twice, but both times I used it, I really liked it. I know it's like, why even bother putting on sunscreen when it's so late in the day? And I'm basically just doing this get ready with me so I could film a video. I think like for myself, it's going to be better. I hope my mic is positioned well. I think it's going to be better for me to film after I get off of work, because I go into work at 7 o'clock in the morning and then I get off work at 3:30 in the afternoon. So, you know, it's like in the morning, I'm gonna be tired and just trying to hurry up and get ready to head off to work. And I just don't want to feel rushed when I'm trying to film a video for you guys. And I mean, there might be some times like where I will film like a get ready with me just in real time, you know, just to do like a realistic like get ready with me type of video. But I just think for the most part, for me to just feel relaxed and laid back, it's just going to be easier for me to film once I get off of work. So, and I already did like my moisturizer off camera. I just used the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair cream. So that's what I used before the sunscreen. And then for my foundation, of course, I'm going to use my Revlon ColorStay. I'm finally back to like my winter shade. I'm using 150 Buff. But this is just my favorite. I mean, you all know how much I love this foundation, but this is such a go-to, especially when I'm working, because it is such a long wearing foundation. It just looks good all day long. I don't have to worry about it breaking down throughout the day, or just, you know, it looks good. Like I don't have to touch up my makeup throughout the day. So, and I'm just using my dampened Wet n Wild makeup sponge to blend this foundation into the skin. So if I happen to forget things I'm using today, because I feel like I might be chatting a lot with you guys, I'll just pop the product up on screen, and I'll also have everything listed and linked down below. And I've mentioned this before, but if you happen to purchase anything through the links that I have, they are affiliate links, so I will get a little bit of like commission, which helps out my channel. So, but yeah, my new job is going really well. I really like my my coworkers. They're all super nice, and yeah, so I'm just really excited to be at this job, and I'm really happy to be like going back to work every day. I mean, it was nice to have that year off to just focus on YouTube, and just, you know, make my own schedule and everything. But I just love like being on a team and like working with other people. So it just brings such joy to my days. But the first 2 days were so rough. Well, not my first 2 days back at work, but my first 2 days in the warehouse. Just because I am not used to being on my feet for 8 hours a day. And my first 2 days in the warehouse, I had to do like this pick training for 10 hours the first 2 days. And it was rough. I started to get like blisters on the bottom of my feet. And they're healed up now. Like we have calluses now, so we're good. But it was rough at first. I'm gonna go ahead and like clip my hair back out of the way. And I'm also like getting used to my hair being dark. Like I'm completely used to it now. Like whenever I was fixing my hair right before filming this video, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, like my hair's faded so much. But then once I turned the camera on and saw my hair in the viewfinder, I'm like, no, it's dark. I feel like once I dye my hair dark, I get kind of immune to how dark it is, and then I think I need to like go darker with my hair. So I'm trying to remind myself, like, do not go darker. Like just stay where you're at with the color, because I have a tendency to do that. So I've been using Tarte Shape Tape again. I just really like this for everyday concealer. It's very long wearing, has really good coverage, and if you happen to not get a lot of sleep the night before, it does help to cover up dark under eye circles. So I'm just mixing shades light and light medium. I find that light is slightly like a little too light, but light medium is like a little too dark. So I kind of like them to mix the two together. But Tarte Shape Tape, it's like Revlon ColorStay. It has amazing coverage and it just lasts all day long and you do not have to worry about touching anything up. And whenever I set it with like a powder, I don't have any issues with it getting into fine lines or anything like that. So, I mean, I know it's not a drugstore product, but it is a high-end product that I would recommend if you're looking for a full coverage concealer. I know that like e.l.f.'s camo concealers are very comparable to the Tarte, but sometimes with like the shade ranges, I just find that I like Tarte's shade range just a little bit better than e.l.f.'s. But you know, if you're looking for a good like alternative to Tarte Shape Tape, definitely the e.l.f. camo concealer is really good. And sometimes I do still, you know, use that. I'll like switch up my concealers. I mean, like honestly, my favorite drugstore concealer is still, I have it over here in my makeup bag, is still the Maybelline Superstay Activewear. Like this is just such a good concealer because it is very lightweight, really like a thin consistency, but it has really good coverage for being so lightweight. And once it like dries down, it also lasts all day and I don't have to worry about it like fading or anything like that. And then I'm going to take this foundation off of my lips and I'm going to put like a lip conditioner on because I totally forgot to do that. And I've still been using the Hard Candy Glosstopia. This is just like a nice go-to. I feel like I had a hair on my lip. So I know it's been a minute since I've done a Q&A video. So if you guys have some questions for me, leave them down in the comments of this video. In my next Get Ready With Me that I film, I will answer your all's questions. Because like I said, I know it's been a minute since I have done one of those. And then for my powder, been using Rimmel Stay Matte. But I was just thinking of something I was going to tell you guys and now, oh, I remember what it was. So yeah, I was talking about like my first 2 days in the warehouse and doing like those 2 10-hour days of like picking. And I just had my Fitbit on, but I was holding on to a cart. So I'm not really for sure what my step count, what it was both of those days. But like since then I got like an actual pedometer and I've been wearing that. And I've been averaging like at least 20,000 steps a day, like sometimes more than that, sometimes, you know, slightly a little bit less, but it's like average of about 20,000 steps. And I thought like before, whenever I was, you know, trying to hit 13K or like 15K a day, that was really good, which I mean, it is really good. But it's like hitting 20K like every day. That's just like a whole nother level. And my feet and legs have been trying to get used to that. And they're still not 100% there. But we'll get there. We will get there. I'm just taking a little bit more of this powder and I'm just setting my under eye concealer. Whoops. Okay, and I've been doing kind of a mix of contouring and bronzing. I felt like I was going through like a weird phase for a while there where I felt like all of my bronzers were just looking too orange or too warm toned for me. I don't know. Like I really want to go, and I know I keep mentioning it, but I really want to go and get color analyzed so I know like if I'm warm or cool skin toned. But anyway, I'm using the LA Girl Just Blushing blush in Just Because, which is more of like their contour shade, and I'm using the Morphe M530. And I just kind of lightly contour like right in here. Like honestly, sometimes I just use this as my bronzer because since it's not super warm toned, like I don't have to worry about it looking orange. But like I also don't want to look dead. It's like sometimes I feel like I do need slightly a little bit of bronzer. Just to kind of warm my face up just ever so slightly. And then I'll take a little bit more of this. But this is such a great like contouring bronzing shade. Just because it is, you know, a little bit more ashy, like cool tones, but not so much so that it looks like you have dirt on your face. So I really like this product. And then sometimes I'll take a little bit more of this like on the sides of my nose. And I know it's like not most people would do all of this for like an everyday makeup look. Like this is full face, like full on makeup look for every day. I just enjoy doing full face of makeup. It's like obviously if that's not your thing, then don't do that. But I know a lot of you guys that watch my channel also like to wear a full face of makeup to work. So I just enjoy the process of waking up early, like with enough time to just like sit here with my coffee and just do my makeup. It's like my me time. And I know that like a lot of you guys in the morning when you're getting ready for work like to watch my get ready with me videos and get ready with me. And I also like to do that with other like creators here on YouTube. So I totally understand. Okay, so for my bronzer, I've been getting back into the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. Like, I bought this bronzer earlier this year, or it might have been last year. Yeah, it might have been earlier last year in 2023 when I bought this. I think it was. So it's lasted me a long time. Like, I've went in phases where I haven't used it very much, but I'm kind of just like getting back into that phase of using this again. It's not like a super overly like warm toned bronzer, so that's why I really like it, but it's not overly cool toned either. It's just like a good neutral bronzer. So I'm just applying that with the Real Techniques large powder brush, and I'm just kind of dabbing that where I put the contour just to kind of warm things up. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of that down on my neck. And sometimes too, I'll take like the contour and just kind of like contour my jawline a little bit. Okay, so that is the bronzer done. And then for my blush, I've been using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Natural Beauty. This is such a pretty blush. I know this is another high-end product, but I have literally had this blush for years. I mean, it's probably like one of those things that people would have already decluttered it by now because of how long I've had this, but it still smells fine. It applies fine. Like, it doesn't irritate my face. So, I mean, like, any powder product that I have that smells fine and is working fine and doesn't irritate me, like, I'm going to hang on to it. Like, there's just, like, I'm not going to just throw something out because of whatever, but I just really like the color of this blush. It just gives you such a nice flush. I hope I'm like not up too high. Like, I just realized that I was like up here. I need to like readjust my camera and things. But anyway, I'm just using the Sigma F30, I think it is. Yeah, or F40. Yeah, F40 brush. Just applying the blush. And this is a matte blush. Love this one. One of my favorites from Tarte. Then I'm just going back with my sponge, kind of blending that out. And I've been keeping like my everyday makeup in a makeup bag, so I'm just going to put this stuff back in there. And then for my highlight, I've been using the Balm The Mary Luminizer, which is a really pretty golden champagne. I know that this highlight is a little bit hard to find, but if I can find it, I will link it below. But it just, you can apply just a little bit of it. There's a gnat flying around in here, so I'm sorry if you can see that. We've been having issues with gnats because of like some of our house plants. So anyway, apologize about that. But yeah, it's a good highlight because you can apply a little bit of it and just have a little bit more of like a natural looking highlight that's not too intense, or you can build it up to a more intense highlight, which is what I like to do. I just still love a good highlight. I know that some people are not into highlighting anymore, but I don't know. It's like my makeup doesn't feel complete most of the time if I don't highlight. Okay, and then let's do the brows. I have like all my stuff sitting over here, so I'm just going to comb through my brows first. And then I've been using like different things on my brows. Like honestly, like I've been using my Tarte's Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I've been using the shade in Activist right here to fill in my eyebrows. Just been taking like an angled brush. This is from Essence. It's usually the brush that I use to do like my liner, like if I do like a gel liner. So I don't know, I've been kind of going back and forth with like powders and pencils. I don't know. I feel like anytime I get my hair color changed, I'm just kind of playing around with like different brow products that I have to figure out what shades I like the best on my brows. And then I usually take just like a little bit of it and just kind of line my eyebrows and then just kind of like flick it up into the front of my brow there. And then I usually go back with like a spoolie and just comb through just to get everything blended. And then I'll go back with like some clear brow gel to just kind of set everything. So I'll do that here in a minute. But you guys will have to let me know down in the comments, like what are some videos you guys want to see from me. I want to get back to my series that I was doing with like my Wet n Wild Color Icon, like the little 5-pan eyeshadow palettes. Doing that series with those because I started it and then, you know, got this job and then like my schedule's been all weird. So I know I want to get back to filming those. I feel like I still had a couple more like looks I was going to do with the Wet n Wild Always Blushing palette. And then also I was doing looks with the e.l.f. The New Classics. And I know I wanted to do like a couple more looks with those two palettes. I've still been trying to like test out and figure out like what I want to do for my wedding makeup. Like that could be like another video I could film next, is just kind of playing around, figuring out like what I'm doing for my wedding makeup and just kind of chatting about wedding stuff, which I've basically got most of my wedding planning stuff out of the way. And then I'm just going to use the e.l.f. Clear Brow Gel stuff, Lash and Brow Clear Mascara. And then I just run it through the brows there. It's like sometimes I'll use the Brow Wow from e.l.f., but been getting back into this clear. It's like I said, I feel like I've just been trying out different things for my brows recently. Okay, and then For the eyes, I've just been doing something simple. So I've been using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Sin. This is I really like this eyeshadow primer because it has a pretty like pink champagne color. Like sometimes I'll just wear it on its own, just as it is. But I'll just blend that out all over the lid, up into the crease. It is weird though, because I feel like with this eyeshadow primer, or even with the just original eyeshadow primer potion from Urban Decay, it's like they do make your eyeshadows like locked into place, like they don't budge, last all day, don't crease. But if you use these products on their own, I feel like they can kind of crease. Like it's just so strange. So I usually do like to put some sort of eyeshadow over top of this. Like even if it's just like a shade that's basically the same color, just to kind of set it. But I'm going to take that Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. And then I'm going to blend that here in the crease, just to warm my crease up. And I'm using a Profusion, like dual-ended brush that I got out of a Profusion eyeshadow palette. I forgot what I was saying, like before I got distracted with the eyeshadow primer. It's like, dang it, I can't remember now. I think I was just talking about like, oh yeah, the wedding planning stuff. But yeah, I mean, we basically have everything done for the most part. There's like a few like little things I need to do, but like the big things are like taken care of now. And I have less than a month before my wedding. It's like so crazy, like how close it is now. It's like before I know it's gonna be here. And then for the lid shade, I've been using the MAC eyeshadow in Grain. Just put that like all over the lid. And like some days, and on some, I feel like sometimes when I say some days, it sounds like I'm saying Sundays. I'll use like the little e.l.f. eyeshadow in Nutty all over my eyelid if I want like something a little bit darker. But this just really helps to open your eyes up, just make them look more awake, more youthful. I feel like to use like a lighter shade on the lid like this. Like this color is very similar to that eyeshadow primer potion in Sin. And then I like to take a nude pink eyeliner and put that here in the waterline to open up my eyes. I'm all about like making my eyes look open and awake, especially early in the morning when I look all tired. And then I like to use, like a shimmery like champagne highlight for my brow bones. This is just out of the e.l.f. Brow Fix Brow Kit. If you don't have this and you want to do something similar, the eyeshadow in the e.l.f. New Classics in Blanc is really similar. So you could use that. Oops, because I know like this this Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit is getting more and more hard to find these days, like just because it has been discontinued. I usually get it off of Amazon, but I feel like it's getting harder to even find it on Amazon. And even when I can find it on Amazon, it's like really overpriced. So okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and mist my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter. Which I know that you guys probably want to see some fall makeup looks, and Like, I haven't even really gotten around to do that. So I need to like pick out some eyeshadow palettes or things that I could do some fall makeup looks with for you guys. So maybe leave me some suggestions of some palettes that you would like to see some fall like eyeshadow looks, makeup looks with. Then I'm just going to curl my lashes up and apply mascara. And I have been using I've been using the Maybelline Lash Sensational, but like some days I've been using the e.l.f. Lash Extender. So I kind of rotate between these two mascaras, but I'm just going to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This is just a go-to. I need to pick up the Maybelline Sky High mascara in black because I have it in true brown. But I feel like now that my hair is brown, I like to use a mascara that's slightly like darker. So I'm just going to do several coats of this on my upper lashes only. And then I'll come back and share with you guys like what I've been using for my everyday lip color. Like, I've been using this all over my lips, and then once this kind of wears off, I've been going over top of it with the Dior Color Reviver Lip Balm, the Dior Lip Addict or whatever, in shade pink. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just line my lips with this Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon. This is in Trust Your Gut. And then in the center, I'm going to use that Dior Lip Glow in pink. I really love those two like colors like mixed. I think it looks really pretty. And like on camera, sometimes I'll use this powder just to kind of like make things not look so shiny, but like in real life it honestly looks better for it to be like a little bit shiny right there, but I feel like on camera it looks kind of bad. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this Maybelline Fit Me and I'm just gonna like pat that right there. I think it's just like the ring light just shining on my face right there. It just really highlights pores and stuff that I don't want highlighted. But like I said, I feel like it looks better in real life. Okay, so that is my everyday makeup look completed. So I hope that you guys enjoyed just catching up with me, just hearing what's going on in my life. Let me know, like I said, down in the comments if you have some video requests for me, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask me, and if I get enough of those, like I'll film like a Q&A, get ready with me, answering your all's questions. So thank you guys so much for being patient with me while I figure out my new filming schedule and all of that. But I hope that you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Mwah.
You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art.